clean enough, but I wanted to do a bit more. Also, I didn't want to have to wait another day for everything to dry out, so I decided to do a vacuum filtration. So I transferred all of the bismuth to a beaker, and I added some more water. I stirred it around to really watch the bismuth, and then I added it to my vacuum filter. When I turned on my pump, pretty much all of the water was very quickly pulled through. This meant that in the end, my bismuth would not only be drier, but my washing steps would also be more effective. For each washing, I made sure to thoroughly mix around the bismuth, and I did this 3 times, just using distilled water. When I was done, I left the vacuum on for something like 20 minutes, just to dry it up as much as possible. I then transferred it all to a filter paper, and I tried squeezing it to pack it as tightly as possible. Doing this also got rid of most of the water, and in the end, I was left with this ball of bismuth. Now to get it back to its shiny metallic form, I had to melt it down. To do this though, it would have to be heated, and it would cause a lot of the powder to start reacting with oxygen in the air. To demonstrate this, I broke off a small piece, added it to a vial, and heated it with a torch. The first thing that happened was just the boiling off of all the residual water. It then slowly started to shrink, and it took on this yellow color, which was all bismuth oxide. At this point, if I poked around at it, it would have easily fallen apart, and it would have been mostly just the oxide. This obviously isn't something that I want, but I did find that if I continued heating it even more, it was possible to break the oxide down back into the metal. This was what I found in my last video, and it was a method that I used to melt down the bismuth, but it's not exactly the best process. Not only did I find that it wasn't that efficient, it also required heating things well above the melting point of bismuth. I'm pretty sure that it gets well over 1000 C, which can cause a lot of the bismuth to start vaporizing, which is both dangerous and bad for the yield. I looked online for a potential solution to this problem, but I wasn't able to find anything decent. There was one potential one though, which suggested melting it under something like candle wax, and I did try that, but I never was able to get it to work. I instead just had to come up with something on my own, and this was what I did. I got a large test tube, and I packed it to around the halfway mark with a bunch of the bismuth paste. Then, I squished it down as tight as possible. By doing